Good day, everybody. It is currently Saturday, the 6th of October, 2012, and in the Western Pacific, we are continuing to watch Tropical Storm Gaemi just here towards the east of Vietnam, moving off there towards the west. The storm system is very disorganized, but definitely still want to watch it here because it's going to be bringing some heavy rains across Vietnam into the coming days, and then on top of that, we have another area just around Guam. We've been talking about this one all week, and some cloud cover coming across Japan. Maybe some scattered rain showers might persist across much of western Japan going through your weekend as well. But that's really the big highlights on the map here. Let's zoom in on Gaemi here, moving off there towards the west, or Marcy, depending on what agency you're using. But it really doesn't matter what exact agency you're using as far as the intensity of the storm system because it is still remaining fairly disorganized. As you can see here in this visible / infrared imagery, center of circulation is actually a little bit off there towards the west. You can see all these low cloud cover wrapping around the storm system. So as far as the circulation, it's very well defined, but the thing is, some wind shear pushing in from the west. If we take a look at the wind shear analysis here on this map, you can see a lot of it just pushing in there from the east, towards the west, and that's making all of that big burst of convection off on the leeward side, and that's where you're going to be seeing this heavy rain showers across Vietnam, just south of Da Nang, moving off towards Cambodia. You could be seeing some very intense rainfall. Already been seeing some strong rains across much of its area here throughout the past several days as we take a look at the World Meteorological Organization. Here in the past 24 hours, you can see some reports here over 50 millimeters, actually adding up to about 60 to 70 millimeters in some locations across portions of Cambodia, Thailand as well, 88 millimeters for you. So definitely flooding is going to be high of concern here, but also still that monsoonal flow pushing across the Philippines. See upwards of 138, nearly 1 1/3 of centimeters of rainfall in just the past 24 hours alone. So thus we have been seeing widespread reports of flooding in the Philippines. And unfortunately, it does look like as thunderstorms continue to occur around Visayas, this very well still could happen. And we take a look at the 72-hour accumulation out. You can see here over the next 72 hours, Vietnam definitely is going to be hit with rains, but even extending over towards Cambodia and Thailand from our tropical storm. Now, good news, once it makes landfall, it's going to hit these mountains, weaken significantly, but those mountains, once again, I like to say this expression, are going to squeeze it out like a sponge. So thus, it will decrease in intensity across much of this area. Let's take a look at what JMA's outlook is on the storm system. And as shown here, they don't really take it out past 24 hours into the extended forecast, just moving it gradually off there towards the west, then eventually moving off towards Cambodia. But really, all in all, it doesn't look like it's going to be too intense of a system. The rains very well in some areas could cause some landslides as well. So I see that Vietnam is warning on against the storm system, saying that there is going to be a possibility of some low-lying flooding and landslides as well. But as far as a very significant tropical system, fingers crossed we do not get any injuries or deaths out of this storm system as long as everybody takes the proper precautions as it comes ashore this weekend. But that is all in that tropical storm Gaemi. Let's take a look at our tropical depression just towards the west of Guam. This is from the Thailand Meteorological Department. This storm system likely is going to start to drift off here towards the north, but a few different consensus are starting to come into play now. It very well could grab this trough right here, turn towards the northeast, but this high pressure off towards the north looks like it might actually set up a barrier. And as we've seen with GFS right now, yesterday it was actually pulling towards the northeast, but now it very well is looking like it wants to pull it back down towards the south. Make it kind of linger in the Philippine Sea. Now, we're still watching the storm system initialize. So what that means is it's still not quite there at that point where we can accurately forecast where exactly it's going to be going because it's still trying to get its act together on how it's going to form up and where it's going to form up. But at least at this time, this is what GFS is showing. It's going to stop right there, not get picked up by the trough, and kind of just linger there towards the south around the Philippine Sea, and then eventually pull back off towards the north. So really, I'm fairly confident it is going to pull towards the northeast at this time. Many of the other models indicate that as well. But how long is that going to take? Is it going to really affect portions of the southern Japanese islands if it drifts towards the north? And also, is it going to be increasing that inflow and that southwest monsoonal moisture coming in across the South China Sea. As it does linger in this area, very well could cause some flooding across the Philippines once again if it does continue to linger there. So definitely a lot going on with the storm system. We're going to keep you updated here throughout the weekend and into the early part of next week as it continues to develop. But elsewhere in the Western Pacific, well, a cool down coming in from the north. We do have a frontal boundary across China over towards Japan. Some rain showers once again expected there, but it's north of that. Freezing temperatures actually through the overnight hours in some areas off here in China. So that is one thing I do like to mention, is the fact the tropics are still active, but that northeast monsoon is going to be kicking in the near future. Definitely going to be getting ready to bundle up out there. It's going to be a chilly one. Alright, stay safe out there, everybody. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box below. Also, just a reminder, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Robert Speta, or follow the website at Western Pacific Weather. Thanks again for watching, and stay safe. Bye.